You lie down, your body is tired, but your mind decides it's time to start a night shift. You replay that conversation, you rewrite that response. You imagine scenarios that may never even happen, and the more you try to stop thinking, the faster your mind moves. Have you noticed how thoughts feel bigger at night, more dramatic, more final? A small detail from earlier in the day suddenly feels like a major life problem once the lights are off. Maybe you've tried everything: relaxing music, distractions, scrolling, even forcing yourself to just stop thinking. But here's what changes everything. The problem isn't that you think too much. The problem is that your nervous system is still on alert. And when your body feels alert, your mind searches for threats. Even if there aren't any, there's a silent mistake almost everyone makes when trying to fall asleep. And it keeps the cycle running night after night. But before we talk about that mistake, let me ask you something simple. Have you noticed that your thoughts get louder exactly when your body feels tense? Jaw tight, breathing shallow, chest slightly restricted. Overthinking doesn't begin in the mind. It begins in the body. That's the part most people miss. During the day, you accumulate tension, meetings, conversations, decisions, notifications, micro stress stacking up hour after hour. At night, when everything gets quiet, that tension doesn't disappear. It stays, and your brain interprets tension as danger. Danger requires vigilance. Vigilance creates thinking. Thinking creates more vigilance. It's a loop, and trying to solve your thoughts in that state is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Because mental effort is read as more activation. So here's the first shift. You don't need to shut off your mind. You need to slow down your body. And there's a simple way to do that in less than a minute. But it only works if you avoid the most common mistake: breathing too deeply. Deep breathing can trigger control. Control keeps the system alert. What actually regulates your nervous system isn't how deeply you inhale, it's how long you exhale. When your exhale is longer than your inhale, your body receives a signal: you are safe. Let's do this together. No voice guidance now. Just follow the visual rhythm. 3 cycles. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. No force, no exaggeration, just steady rhythm. Now notice, your thoughts may still be there, but something shifted. There's a little more space between you and them. That's the first micro-release. Your nervous system is beginning to step out of threat mode. And here's something important. Most people stop here. They breathe once, feel a small improvement, and then go back to fighting their thoughts. But there's a second layer that keeps overthinking alive, and it's subtler. When you lie down, your brain tries to close open loops. It wants control. So automatic phrases appear. What if I handled that wrong? What if tomorrow goes badly? What if I'm not prepared? Notice the pattern. It's always, what if? Here's the counterintuitive part. You don't need to answer those thoughts. You need to allow them to exist without solving them. When you try to solve them, you validate the threat. When you regulate the body, the threat loses intensity. Let's go deeper. 3 more cycles. This time softer, less effort, more surrender. Feel the difference. Your body may feel heavier, your breath slower, your shoulders softer, and when the body exits alert mode, the mind loses urgency. Overthinking is artificial urgency. Regulation removes urgency. And here's something almost no one tells you. Sometimes you're not thinking too much, you're just too tired. A tired brain becomes pessimistic. It looks for problems to justify discomfort, so it creates narratives. When you regulate the body, those narratives lose intensity. Now here's something that can permanently change your nights. If you only regulate at night, but start your morning by shocking your nervous system with notifications, emails, and instant stimulation, you're creating the problem 12 hours earlier. What you do in the first 5 minutes of your morning sets the tone for your activation at night. That's why some people breathe, relax, and still find the overthinking returning, because the cycle begins in the morning. And that's exactly what I explain in the next video. There, I show you how to prevent activation from building up throughout the day. Regulating at night is powerful. Preventing activation in the morning is transformational. If you want your mind to slow down naturally without fighting it every night, the next step is on your screen now. That's where the real shift begins. And you may realize it was never about thinking too much. It was about teaching your body how to feel safe again.